One of the most interesting, exciting, re-listenable, and indicative albums of the 2010s was, I think, the Vince Staples release Big Fish Theory. Big Fish Theory is firmly rooted in the music styles which are very popular in 2017, although it decided to explore certain avenues of older styles of electronic music or hip-hop which had been the kind of precognitors 10, 20 years prior, 15 years prior to the advent of trap music, and chose to directly illustrate an interesting lineage between these styles, and it's captivating. One could perceive this release as much a ode to the present as much as it is a throwback homage to styles of the 1990s such as trip hop and UK garage. But who is Vince Staples? Well, let's read out that information now. Vincent Jamal Staples, born July 2nd, 1993, is an American rapper, singer, and actor. Staples was once a close associate of Odd Future, Mike G, and Earl Sweatshirt in particular. He is currently signed to Motown and Blacksmith Records. Staples rose to prominence with appearances on albums by Odd Future members and his collaborative mixtape titled Stolen Youth with producer Mac Miller. In October 2014, he released his debut EP, Hell Can Wait, which included the singles Hands Up and Blue Suede. His debut album, Summertime '06, was released in June 2015 to critical acclaim. Not a bad album, but I much prefer the next one. He was also featured as a part of the XXL 2015 freshman class. His second album, Big Fish Theory, which contains the singles BagBak, Big Fish, and Rain Come Down, incorporates avant-garde dance and electronic influences. It was released in June 2017 to further acclaim from critics. In November 2018, Staples released his first studio album, FM. In July 2021, he released his self-titled fourth studio album, and Ramona Park Broke My Heart in April 2022. Ramona Park Broke My Heart, I must say, is my second favorite of this set of five. Staples was born in Compton, California, but grew up in North Long Beach after his mother decided she wanted to move away from Compton due to the high crime rates. Staples is the youngest of 5 siblings, 2 brothers and 3 sisters. Staples grew up in poverty. Staples attended Optimal Christian Academy from 4th to 8th grade, which he said was an influential and positive experience. During high school, Staples' mum sent him to Atlanta to stay with one of his sisters. He attended high school there for 6 months. After returning to Southern California, Staples attended other high schools: Jordan High School in Long Beach, Mayfair High School in Lakewood, Opportunity High School homeschooling, Esperanza High School in Anaheim, and Kennedy High School, among others. Staples has been upfront regarding his involvement with street gangs during his childhood, and is involved to speaking to the youth in his community about the dangers of the gang lifestyle. Growing up, Staples participated in sports when given the opportunity. Most notably, he played in Snoop Dogg's Snoop Youth Football League, SYFL. When interviewed by Sean Evans on the YouTube show Hot Ones, Staples recalled playing against the Carson Colts and Mission Viejo Cowboys, who he claimed had grown-ass men on the field. Staples then went on to state, "Snoop really did it big. We got our names on our jerseys, we had the best cleats, the best helmets. Snoop Dogg really loved football." Staples has stated that he has never drank alcohol or used illicit drugs, and he follows a straight-edge lifestyle. He is of African American and Haitian descent and lives in Southern California. Staples is a fan of the Los Angeles Clippers. He's also an avid fan of modern art and has referenced the feminist French-American sculptor Louise Bourgeois in his song Rain Come Down, and stated his appreciation for painter and photographer Richard Prince. Staples was discovered by Dijon Lavish SAMO and Chuck One, alongside his cousin Campbell Emerson. Lavish took Staples on a trip to Los Angeles, where he befriended the Odd Future Collective's members Sid the Kid, Mike G, and Earl Sweatshirt. Although he had not intended to become a rapper, he made some guest appearances on their songs, most notably EPA from Earl Sweatshirt's March 2010 mixtape Earl. After featuring on some other tracks, he decided to pursue a career in rap. He released his official debut mixtape called Shine Cold Chain Volume 1 on December 30th, 2011 via applebird.com. In October 2012, he released a collaborative mixtape with Michael Uzuwuru titled Winter in Prague. It was produced entirely by Uzuwuru. In 2012, Earl Sweatshirt returned from Samoa and reconnected with Vince. Earl then introduced him to fellow American rapper Mac Miller. In June 2013, Miller, under the alias Larry Fisherman, and Staples released a mixtape titled Stolen Youth. The mixtape features guest appearances from Miller, Ab-Soul, Schoolboy Q, Dash, Hardo, and Staples' Cutthroat Boys co-member Joey Fats. Following Stolen Youth's release, he toured as a supporting act on Miller's Space Migration tour. After making 3 appearances on Earl's debut studio album Doris, including the single Hive, the liner notes revealed Staples had recently signed to the hip-hop record label Def Jam Recordings. On March 13, 2014, he released his 4th mixtape called Shine Cold Chain Volume 2. The mixtape features the production from Earl Sweatshirt, Michael Uzuwuru, Childish Major, No ID, Evidence, DJ Babu, and Scoop DeVille, as well as guest appearances from singer-songwriters Jeanine Aiko and James Fauntleroy. On March 2nd, 2014, Staples began touring in the United States with a fellow American rappers Schoolboy Q and Isaiah Rashad on the Oxymoron World Tour to support the release of Schoolboy Q's album Oxymoron. On August 15, 2014, Staples released a music video for Blue Suede. The track was also made available on iTunes. On September 9, 2014, Vince released another new song titled Hands Up via iTunes. He released the EP Hell Can Wait on October 7, 2014. Prior to the EP's release, Staples revealed during an interview with XXL magazine that it would include guest appearances from Aston Matthews and Tiana Taylor, along with productions from No ID, Infamous, and Hagler. On May 4th, 2015, Staples released the first single from his debut album called Senorita. He later announced that his debut studio album would be titled Summertime '06. In June 2015, Staples was named as one of the 10 rappers of XXL's 2015 freshman class and was featured on the cover alongside fellow up-and-coming rappers Dej Loaf, Fetty Wap, Goldlink, K-Camp, OG Mako, Rory, Shy Glizzy, Tink, and Kid Kid. On June 15th, Staples released the second single from his debut album Get Paid, featuring Desi Mo. On June 22nd, he released the album's third and final single, North North. The track reached viral prominence after a video of a mum tearfully complaining about the song became popular on social media. This album was released on June 30th, 2015. It received widespread acclaim and debuted at number 39 on the US Billboard 200. On February 23rd, 2016, Staples was announced as part of the lineup for the 2016 Osheaga Music Festival. I generally think music festivals are horrible. I don't like them. Whatever. I'm an antisocial git. I don't go outside and stuff. Well, I do, but not that there's too many people. Whatever. On August 25th, 2016, Staples released his second EP, the 7-track Prima Donna, which was accompanied by a short film. On February 3rd, 2017, Staples released BagBak, the first single from his next studio album. A remix of the song was later featured in the trailer for the Marvel Studios film Black Panther. On March 23rd, 2017, he was featured on the Gorillaz track Ascension from their album Humans. Yeah, that album's just a bit disappointing, isn't it? In an interview on Zane Lowe's show Beats One, he announced his upcoming album would be called Big Fish Fury and released an accompanying single, Big Fish, which was followed by the album's third single, Rain Come Down, on June 8, 2017, featuring Ty Dolla $ign. The album was released on June 23rd and received with widespread critical acclaim. He and rapper Tyler, the Creator, announced on November 15th that they would be doing a tour around North America from January 26 to March 4th, 2018. Staples then collaborated with film composer Hans Zimmer on a remix of the UEFA Champions League anthem for the FIFA 19 reveal trailer. Don't collaborate with FIFA. On December 15th, Staples then celebrated singer and songwriter Billie Eilish, who's horrible and terrible and should never have recorded anything, released the single And Burn, which would later appear on the reissue of Eilish's EP Don't Smile at Me later that month. In 2018, Staples set up a GoFundMe page titled Get the Fuck Off My Dick, seeking $2 million as a response to people criticizing his work. They could pay to have him retire early. However, it was briefly taken down given the low response. The money made from the page was subsequently donated to the Michelle Obama Neighborhood Library in Long Beach. On October 2nd, Staples released his third studio album, FM, produced primarily by Kenny Beats. The album was framed as a radio station takeover featuring recurring skits hosted by Los Angeles radio host Big Boy. Yeah, it gets old pretty quick, unfortunately. In December 2018, Staples contributed the track Home to the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack, which was originally previewed in the movie's trailer in December 2017. That movie was horrible, to be honest. Anything of Post Malone deserves to be destroyed and never heard from again, to be honest. In 2019, he released 3 singles, So What, Sheet Music, and Ad 101, Hellbound, with the first 2 singles released alongside episodes from his YouTube show, The Vince Staples Show. In April 2021, Staples said he was scheduled to release an album in mid-2021 titled Vince Staples. It was eventually released on July 9th to critical acclaim. Staples was also developing a Netflix show. Staples released an album titled Ramona Park Broke My Heart on Motown Records on April 8th, 2022 to further acclaim. Since 2015, Staples has appeared in advertising campaigns for Sprite and promoted the brand through his Twitter feed. On June 14, 2016, Staples announced his assistance to a YMCA program that will benefit young people in North Long Beach. The Youth Institute would track graphic design, 3D printing, product design, music production, and filmmaking to 28th and 9th graders at Hamilton Middle School. Staples donated an undisclosed amount to the program. Now let's read about Big Fish Fury, the album in question. Big Fish Fury is the second studio album by American rapper Vince Staples. It was released on June 23rd, 2017 through Blacksmith Records and Def Jam Recordings, featuring an avant-garde style that leans toward electronic club music genres such as house and Detroit techno. It contains production work from Christian Rich, Zach Sekoff, Sophie, Ray Brady, Jimmy Edgar, GTA, Justin Vernon, and Flume. Flume's the worst thing in the world, but that's besides the point. As an Australian, I actually apologise for that disgusting human being, among others, as well as vocal contributions from a variety of artists including Kilo Kish, Kendrick Lamar, Juicy J, Ty Dolla $ign, Damon Albarn, Ray J, A$AP Rocky, and Kuka. I don't respect Kuka enough to pronounce it correctly, and I know what it means. You're really such a fat. Anyway, Staples promoted Big Fish Fury with a tour through Canada and the United States, the Life Aquatic Tour. The album received widespread acclaim from critics and debuted at number 16 on the US Billboard 200. It was supported by 3 singles, BagBak, Big Fish, and Rain Come Down. The majority of Big Fish Fury was recorded at East West Studios in Los Angeles, except for Ramona Park, his Yankee Stadium, and BagBak, which were recorded with producer Ray Brady at The Torch, also in Los Angeles. Staples met Zach Sekoff, the album's primary producer, through Staples' DJ Westside Ty. Big Fish Fury's sound was inspired by Detroit techno. Los Angeles producer Zach Sekoff, who has production credit on 5 of the songs on the album, sourced inspiration when on a semester abroad in London from artists such as Burial, James Blake, Novelist, Wiley, and Zombie. Big Fish Fury is a hip-hop album with several publications noting that the album leans toward electronic club music genres such as house and Detroit techno. The album contains terse and percussive beats. Rolling Stone characterized the album as an avant-garde dance record that takes stock of his current loves, victories, politics, and most noticeably, interest in the cutting edge of electronic music. Similarly, Justin Moran of Out said the album fuses avant-garde electronica with aggressive hip-hop and hip-hop DX. Described as one of the more avant-garde projects backed by Def Jam, Crabs in a Bucket has wind, a police siren, ambient tape hiss, vocal chops and synthesizers. Party People has stuttering and syncopated tom-toms. Big Fish Fury's lyrics are nihilistic and touch on politics, suicide, racism, and success and fame. NME said Staples' bleak lyrical brilliance is perfectly matched by Big Fish Fury's experimental production. He's always had a taste for harsh electronic funk, and he embraces that creative urge more eagerly than ever. There's slow-mo techno, dystopian G-funk, field recordings, growing industrialism, abstract icy grooves, more indebted to Berlin than Atlanta. AllMusic described the record as a skittish thought piece wrapped around the nucleus of the Chicago footwork sound. Brian Josephs of Spin thought that Big Fish Fury's whiplash sonic shifts and industrial makeup will make comparisons with Kanye West's Yeezus Easy. However, it may have more in common with The Life of Pablo, which combined elements of Yeezus' avant-garde structure with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies' tortured look at fame. Yes, excellent album in Big Fish Fury, one of the best I've heard in the 21st century thus far. I might go so far as to claim I'm going to be listening to it a lot more over the year. Good stuff. Go check it out if you're so inclined. Fuck everyone, I'm done. This is my last show.